How's it going, Raider Nation? It's JT coming at you with another episode of the Raidercast, your podcast for everything silver and black. Before I start, just want to let you know that my voice is messed up because I am sick. So yeah, that's why I also look like shit. But I'm sick. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more Unfiltered Raiders content and for more breaking news like this news right here. I'm posting two guys that had the news pretty much first and have continued to put out new information before beat writers even have, like Tashawn Reed and Vic Taffer, or Taffer, whatever, however you say his last name. These guys, especially Rain's design, he had the news story first of Derek Carr taking a flight to New Orleans tomorrow on a little business trip to visit with the Saints. Now, as we know, as you saw my video that I posted 4 days ago, Adam Schefter said that the Raiders would not let Derek Carr talk to any team unless there was a compensation agreement already talked about. They're not just going to let him visit any team that he wants. He has to visit teams that have given him or given the Raiders an idea of what they're willing to give up to get Derek Carr. Now, this also confirms that he's going to be traded. Further continues that because I've been saying that this whole time. There's really been no point where I thought that he would be cut. Maybe at the beginning of the offseason or towards the beginning of the offseason, maybe I thought that. But as the offseason went along, it made less and less sense for Derek Carr to be cut and that he would want to keep his contract and all that good stuff. And that was confirmed by also Jeremy Fowler. He was talking to NFL execs. He reported that they were saying that the Raiders have been very easy in terms of like what they're looking for. A third should get it done. I'm hoping to get a little bit more than a third, maybe a second and a third, or maybe a first and no third at all and no second at all, just a first, like the New Orleans 29th overall pick. But they've also talked about how Derek Carr, teams are wanting to restructure that contract because it is kind of an ugly contract, but he's been unwilling to budge on that contract. So once again, that just further proves to the idea that I've been pushing this whole time is that Derek Carr doesn't want to be cut. He doesn't want to lose that contract. And that's been reported by some other people. That's been talked about by some other people. But people in this fan base continue to say that he was going to get cut. He's going to stick it to the org. He's not going to let them get anything for him. And that he's going to get the same money on the market as he does right now, which is not fucking true at all. No team was going to sign him for $40 million guaranteed at any point. he would get maybe 35 million, but he would not get that $40 million guaranteed. 30 million overall, 35 million overall, but not guaranteed like his 40 million is right now. So he wants to keep that contract. He wants to be traded and not cut, because being cut is kind of a slap in the face. That's kind of like an insult to be cut when you're that type of veteran, when you're that type of player and stuff like that. But again, I would still get confused on which side to turn to. This news is pretty huge in that also Sanjeet, who's had some pretty good information this entire season. He's a friend of mine. Definitely go follow both of these guys on TikTok, Twitter. But Sanjeet also said that he's headed to New Orleans tomorrow and he expects to be traded to the Saints by Monday, like an official plan in place by Monday, which makes sense because that hit of the trigger of the contract for the Raiders being hit is Wednesday, February 15th. So being traded by Monday confirms that Derek Carr will be off the books, and once the new league year starts, we will now have $40+ million in cap space to get any players that we need to get on top of the $20+ million that we already have right now. So we'll have $60+ million in the bank to go out and get the players that we need to build up this roster, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and possibly in a trade for a guy like Aaron Rodgers. So, I want to hear what you guys think about this news. I think this is pretty huge information. It's also been talked about how he could be visiting other teams as well, that this flight to New Orleans tomorrow is possibly not the only stop he goes on, as more teams are, opening themselves up to talk to Derek Carr, and as the Raiders approve them to be talked to. But yeah, what do you guys think about the compensation that we could get either from the Saints or from other teams? When do you think it'll happen? Do you think it's going to happen? Do you think we're going to get a significant amount of compensation for him, or do you think we're going to get more in the realm of what I'm thinking, a minimum of a second and a third round pick, or a very late first round pick, stuff like that? But getting those picks, irregardless of what we get, getting picks for someone that realistically could just be cut and get no value for is huge. This front office has been doing that this whole time. This whole time that they've been here, they've been getting value for people that otherwise would just get cut. In other regimes that we've had, or other regimes around the league, Brian Edwards, we got a seventh for him. Trayvon Mullen, we got a fifth or a sixth for him. Two players that are no longer on active rosters. They're on practice squads, and we got value for them. They're also no longer on the original teams we traded them to. They've both been cut by those teams. They're both off those original teams, but we still have those picks. And getting picks for Derek Carr when realistically there was no value for him in terms of like the contract situation and stuff like that, getting value for players that you normally would just get no value for is huge and very indicative of how good this front office will be for us in the future. And I hope this trend continues with getting good value for Derek Carr. All right, that's all I have to talk about today. I gotta go rest my voice. I gotta go lay down. I'm exhausted right now, as you can probably see from the bags under my eyes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know, like I said, down in the comments what you guys think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share this video, post it around. I do this type of content all the time, sick, whatever I'm doing. I try to get videos out to you guys because I like to share my opinions and hear from you guys and just get my thoughts out there. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all those good stuff. Subscribe here. I hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you guys in the next video of hopefully good Carr news. And peace out, Raider Nation.